Hey guys, welcome back to round 2 of season 2. I think it's the Malaysian Grand Prix or the Bahrain Grand Prix. No, I think it's the Malaysian Grand Prix. Let's get into the video. Welcome back to the absolutely cursed reality we live in, with Nico Hulkenberg leading the championship early second and Perez third, with Jean-Eric Vergne up in 5th place, Paul di Resta 7th, Bianchi also in the top 10 in the championship. It was a very strange Australian Grand Prix, very exciting and very fun to record and make video for. Yep, there we go. That's English for you. If you haven't watched that one, check that out because it was really fun. And this is the Constructors' Championship with Ferrari leading Red Bull. Lotus, that's my team, in 3rd place. Let's have a look at the race weekend ahead of us then. And is cloud cover with sun for Sunday, and Saturday is going to be cloudy. Maybe a slight chance of rain, who knows. Sepang International Circuit, the Malaysian Grand Prix. Let's jump right into qualifying. The big difference in qualifying, driving for a top team compared to driving for a backmarker like Marussia last season, is they always send me out on the prime tyres in Q1 because they're confident I'm quick enough to get through on the prime tyres. Let's find out if they're right. And we have traffic on our first lap here, which is going to really hold me up. Oh my god, guys, come on. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It means I'm going to have to go for another lap because no way I'm getting through with the lap I just did with that traffic. So as we go across to start another one, we are faster than Kvyat. Oh my, Vettel, seriously? Oh my god, guys. It's never ending, the traffic here. Mate, you're... Kvyat, get out the way! It's almost every corner there's just a driver in the way. Dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for blocking me. I suppose I could do a 3rd lap on the primes. This one's going to be an improvement, I think. But not by much, only by 5.5 tenths. It's slower than Ricciardo, faster than Will Stevens. Great. Out the final corner, much improved lap as Magnussen goes quickest, but not for long, as across the line we go to take 1st place. We get through comfortably ahead of my teammate as well. Half a second off Sebastian Vettel, who goes quickest in Q1. Bianchi up there in 9th place as well, so that's better than he did in the first qualifying session in Australia. And the driver's knocked out, well, it's Bianchi's teammate, the Sauber of Gutierrez, last, 22nd. With the Williams of Bottas and Massa both out in Q1. The Marussia of Max Chilton. Kvyat in the Toro Rosso knocked out, along with Marcus Ericsson. So we see Will Stevens get through yet again, as well as Kamui Kobayashi. And just my one qualifying lap needed in Q2 on the option tyres, and it was a pretty solid lap, so I'm certain this will be easily enough for the top 10, and it is. That's 4th place. And we march on through to Q3. 6th place after the end of the session. Raikkonen up in 3rd. Vettel and Rosberg, the classic top 2. We see Magnussen and Bianchi through for the first time in their Formula 1 careers into the 3rd part of qualifying. Perez gets knocked out, so he's out qualified by Magnussen. Paul di Resta and his teammate Suttle out Ricciardo, and of course Kobayashi and Stevens there in 15th and 16th. The team wants us to qualify 4th or above. I think with an ideal lap we can do that. We've got lots of space on the circuit here to race on into. Down to Vettel by a 10th and a bit in the 1st sector. 2nd sector I'm up by half a tenth. I just need to absolutely smash this final sector. That's the best I could have done. That was an incredible lap from myself. Down towards the line. Is it enough for provisional pole position? Perhaps even pole position. It's 3rd. Lost 2 tenths in that final sector, but still I'm really happy with that lap. And ends up being 6th place come the end of that session. Sebastian Vettel a 36 flat to get pole position just ahead of Rosberg. Jean-Eric Vergne makes it inside the top 3. Then it's Hamilton and Alonso. Then the 2 Lotus drivers early ahead of Raikkonen. Again, the Sauber of Jules Bianchi up in 8th place. Brilliant from him. Championship leader Hulkenberg sets off from 9th. And Kevin Magnussen, his first Q3 appearance, ends in 10th place. Now we move on to the race. We're staring a dirty 3-stop in the face again. 28 lap race, no risk of rain. Starting on option tyres up to lap 6 for the options. Then primes and primes. Maybe we can try what we did in Australia, which worked really successfully, and switch to the 2-stop. We'll just see how the tyre wear plays out in the first couple stints. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2013 Malaysian Grand Prix is next. Okay, I need to really focus on the revs. I really struggle at the race starts, just listening out for the revs. As the lights are on, 4 and 5, and we are underway here for the Malaysia Grand Prix. That's such a slow start. Because of all the noise around me, I cannot hear my own engine. That's the worst start I've ever had. I'm so sorry, guys, for having to endure by watching this. Back up the middle we go of Ricciardo there and Di Resta on my left-hand side. My teammate Raikkonen's lost out huge as well on this opening lap here. He's outside of the points. I'm at least recovering back inside the points on the exit of turn 2. Sergio Perez, Bianchi and Alonso all going 3 wide up the hill. Let's make it 4 wide. Why not? I'm going to stick my car on the inside and hope it sticks. Into turn 4 we go. It's late braking. I meet Perez at the apex of turn 4 and on the exit, I move ahead. He's disappeared, actually. Where's he gone? Bianchi's behind me now. Bianchi is 7th. I'm up to 6th place, so back up to where I started. And now we could potentially put some pressure on Nico Rosberg in front, who had a terrible time of it last time out at the Australian Grand Prix. Similar to how bad he did in Season 1 Australia, where he lost the lead to Mark Webber on the final corner of the final lap. Bianchi looking pretty quick right now. Almost looking to my inside for that final corner. It's compromised his exit, though, and Alonso swoops round in the Ferrari to move up to 7th. It's Vettel, Hamilton, Vergne, the top 3. Then Hulkenberg in 4th and Rosberg in 5th. What a start Hulkenberg's had. Didn't he start down in 8th place? Up inside the top 5 already. And ahead of his teammate Fernando Alonso, who's behind me. And Rosberg up the inside of Hulkenberg into turn 1. So he's taking that position away from the Ferrari driver. We know Rosberg's got a lot of pace. We know he should be fighting near the front. Potentially fighting for the championship this season if things go his way. And Bianchi's got past Alonso. The Sauber driver proving why he's in the sport. I don't know how bad he was. So bad in season 1 compared to me. And up in front, that's Hulkenberg re-overtaking Nico Rosberg as Hamilton sets the fastest lap. And now Alonso's just re-overtaking Bianchi. So it's all switching around. Both battles in front and behind involving Ferrari drivers. Terrible mistake I've just made. Bro, I'm still there. Okay, I made a little mistake, went wide, and Alonso decided to force me off the track. And now I'm under pressure from Bianchi. He's got DRS. He's going to make it a double overtake here. Look at the Frenchman go up the inside of Alonso into turn 1. I'll see if I can follow him through on the Spaniard, the 2-time world champion, Fernando Alonso. He's going to be relegated down to 8th place. This is the battle we should have had last year with Bianchi when we were teammates, but it just never happened. Maybe the car, the Marussia, just didn't suit him, and it suited me very well. But now at least we're engaging in battle. As we start lap 6, I am going to box because although the tyres don't look that bad on the graphic, I'm really struggling for grip. I imagine there's quite a few other drivers into the pits this lap as well. I can already see the race leader into the pits. And the trainer cars I'm in, let's see if anybody goes in. Well, Rosberg does, and so does Bianchi, but Hulkenberg stays out again. Just like in Australia, Hulkenberg going long on his first stint as we bring the car in for our first out of 3 stops in this race. Come on, lads. Quick stop, please. 3 point something. 3.183. We take that. And, Bianchi stays ahead, though. We have to take, apparently, evasive action and move to the inside of the fast lane. As we're going to rejoin here. Right down in the midfield. 14th place. As Bianchi's going straight on, has he? Oh, he made a little mistake there coming out the pits. He's on the prime tyres as well, so we should have a pace advantage. We're in a huge train of cars here. A few of them haven't pit yet, so that explains it. I see a Marussia there up in... That'd be 10th place. I think that's Will Stevens in 10th place. So Rosberg slow out of that turn. I think it's turn number 14 or turn 13. And now he's side by side with Bianchi. Both of these drivers pitting on the previous lap, of course. Rosberg not giving Bianchi much space on the outside. Trying to prove who's the boss in that battle. And it turns out Rosberg is the boss. Bianchi slow off the exit, the final corners. We see a few drivers peel off into the pits. Now this is a battle for the points position. It was actually Chilton in 10th and not Will Stevens. And with DRS, I got a run on Rosberg as well to the inside of turn 1 as we see Hulkenberg rejoining into turn 1 as well. It's all kicking off. Up into 5th place goes early as he slides his car through turn 1 and into turn 2. And Hulkenberg, interestingly, also on the prime tyres. So we can make short work of him and move up into 4th. With DRS, it should be a nice simple move into the final corner. Hulkenberg looking to defend, though. And the Ferrari driver, the championship leader. This is the top 2 in the championship, remember, after that first race. We've made the move, and we're past. So we have Hamilton leading the way ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Jean-Eric Vergne in 3rd place. Vergne is looking good. He's looking good. He's fitting right in at Red Bull alongside Sebastian Vettel. Big shoes to fill with the reigning world champion Mark Webber departing the grid at the end of last year. Interesting, I am the only driver in the top 8 to be on the option tyres right now. Everybody else is on the primes, including the leaders, of course, who are lapping 2 seconds a lap quicker than me. And they're on the harder compound of tyre. Clearly, I don't have the pace on the option tyres that I thought I might have at this stage. And Rosberg here lining me up for an overtake into the final corner, which he makes as I'm actually going into the pits this lap. So that was kind of pointless from Nico Rosberg, but of course he didn't know that. We're in for the second out of 3 stops, and we're going to put the prime tyres on now. Might be close to falling out of the points here on the rejoin. There's a couple drivers behind me. We're just out in 10th place. As we see Kimi Raikkonen into the pits, which will move me up into 9th place. Raikkonen, he retired, of course, in Australia, and today, after that terrible start on lap 1, he's sort of been nowhere. That's Daniel Kvyat into the pits, and there's also 2 other drivers in the box right now. I should be moving up the places. That'll be 8th place. Alonso is one of those drivers in, as they're starting to move out of their grid box, and one more driver. Who's that? Is that Bianchi? Has Bianchi got the jump on me? Oh my gosh, he has. And I've almost hit him. Wow, that could have been a penalty for me. But Bianchi's rejoined right in front. On the primes again. Sticking close to Bianchi here. A good exit out the final corner. I'll have a strong chance of overtaking into turn 1 as there's more drivers into the pits. I think that's the rest of the drivers who are waiting for their second stop. And they're rejoining now. You can just about see them. One of them's Rosberg. One of them's Hulkenberg. As I go to the inside of Bianchi. That's a very late lunge. But I make the move up. But Rosberg is back ahead. So Vettel leads. He's on the primes. Hamilton, Verne, Rosberg, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. They're all on the option tyres. So they'll be pretty quick in this stint. I'm, of course, on the primes, and so is Bianchi. There goes Nico Hulkenberg, the Ferrari driver, on the option tyres. That's important to note. And that's why he's so quick. He's so slow, though, around the corner. Next to the final corner, I pick up DRS, but because of that bloody concertina effect and him slowing down at the apex, I don't even have a run down towards turn 1. And Rosberg up to 3rd. He pushes Verne down to 4th place, so potentially no podium or double podium for the Red Bull boys today. As I've got Alonso behind me. He's got to be on the options as well. No way he's that quick. And on the primes. Let's have a look. I can't actually see. No, they're the primes. Okay, he's just that fast. Sebastian Vettel has just... he's retaken the lead from Hamilton. I think they're battling between each other's. It's lap 20 now, so we are boxing at the end of this lap. Still under pressure from Fernando Alonso. There goes Alonso towards the final corner. Oh, I'm boxing this lap. I'm sure he is as well. As in I go. Does he follow me in? No, he doesn't. He stays out. He's going for the overcut. I'm in for my final stop, putting the prime tyres on, and we'll have an 8-lap stint at the end of this race. As we exit the pit lane in 9th place. Good to know we're still in the points. No retirements in today's Grand Prix. We had quite a few, of course, in the Australian Grand Prix. And I think every single race last year there was at least one retirement. Of course, we were running 100% races in Season 1, so we have half the time to get the retirements this year. Raikkonen's in the pits, so I'll move back up to 8th place. There was a couple other drivers in, but I think they were the top 3 in the Grand Prix, so they're still ahead. No, in fact, it was Hulkenberg. So Hulkenberg's rejoined. I'm sure he's put on the primes as well as me, and he's about 4 or maybe even 5 seconds up the road. Bianchi into the pits. I'm pretty sure it's Alonso also into the pits. And we've got ahead of Alonso, so we stayed ahead of Alonso. The overcut for him did not work. We're back up to 6th place. It's Verne leading the way ahead of Vettel and Hamilton, but Verne yet to stop for the final time in this race. And Verne does box, so Vettel takes the lead. Hamilton 2nd. Rosberg, I think, is going to run in 3rd place now. And Jean-Eric Verne just rejoining in front of Nico Hulkenberg in 4th place as we've had a retirement. It's Max Chilton out the race, so nobody really cares. I think that's back-to-back retirements now for Chilton, isn't it? What did he finish? I can't remember. I'm getting confused between Stevens and Chilton now that they're teammates as well. They're both just as bad as each other. Fernando Alonso now looking interested in my 6th place. And there's not much I can do whilst he's got DRS. He swooped around the outside into the final corner. As we have, I think, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 laps to go. I'm getting close to Alonso towards turn 1. I can't regulate enough to get that position back, though. Alonso is on the option tyres, in my defence. So that explains why he's so quick. And he set the fastest lap on that lap. Both me and Alonso now closing up to the back of Alonso's teammate Nico Hulkenberg. And that's the battle for 5th place. 3 laps to go. And in the background, Raikkonen, my teammate, on his road to recovery after that terrible start, has got past Jules Bianchi for 8th place. And Alonso ran the outside of Hulkenberg into the final corner to take that position away from his teammate. That's a great intra-team battle. You got Fernando Alonso, 2-time world champion, one of the best on the grid. And Hulkenberg, championship leader, full of confidence after his great season for Sauber in Season 1. and of course after winning the race, the Australian Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton wins the Malaysian Grand Prix. As I round the final corner for the final time, it's going to be another race where I finish behind Nico Hulkenberg, but it's another race where I finish ahead of my teammate Raikkonen. 7th place, another 6 points. Job done. Hamilton just beats out Vettel by 0.3 of a second. Rosberg, the second Mercedes, completing the podium. Jean-Eric Vergne set the fastest lap on, I think it was the second to final lap of the race. He finishes in 4th ahead of the 2 Ferraris of Alonso and Hulkenberg. Early and Raikkonen, the 2 Lotuses, 7th and 8th, after qualifying 6th and 7th respectively. Jules Bianchi's, is that his first points in Formula 1, or did he score points in, I can't remember now, in Australia? Anyway, he finishes in 9th, with Kevin Magnussen in 10th ahead of his teammate Perez. Then it's Ricciardo and his teammate Kvyat, De Resta, Gutierrez, Sutil, Massa. Then the back markers Kobayashi, Stevens, Bottas and Marcus Ericsson, with Max Chilton retiring from the race. Hulkenberg still has the lead in the championship by 3 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton jumps up to 3rd, early is pushed down to 4th place, 2 points ahead of Jean-Eric Vergne. My teammate Raikkonen up to 11th with that result. It was Bianchi's 2nd point scoring finish of his career, and that is Kevin Magnussen's first points of his career. Good job for the Dane, as Red Bull lead Ferrari by a single point. And then it's Mercedes 11 points off the lead. It could be a 3-way fight for the Constructors' Championship this year. It could be a 6-way fight for the Drivers' Championship this week. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel in other ways, check out YouTube channel memberships. You get to watch the videos earlier than other people. And I'll see you all for round 3. Goodbye.